and we'll join in next. Lakers fans showered LeBron's squad with booze during Sunday night's blowout loss to the Pelicans. LA has now lost 5 of their last 6, leading to some wild suggestions that LeBron could be traded. In an interview with CNBC, Shaq warned it'd be a bad idea. Take a listen.
It's just the trials and tribulations of being a great player. But if you trade LeBron, you'll never win again. So you have to, make a decision. If you put LeBron around the right guys, he's definitely going to win. So, I think whoever put that team together needs to step up and try to fix it.
Rick Bucher, do you agree with Shaq on LeBron?
I actually do. I do believe that if they trade LeBron James, and some of it has to do with how you trade LeBron James. If he asks to be traded, it's a little bit different. But the fact of the matter is when you take a face of the league, yes, I'm going to go back to that. You take a face of the league and you move them or you disrespect them, whether it's karma or whether it's the message that you're sending to the rest of the league about how you treat a superstar, it's challenging to get other superstars to come to your franchise because they're going to look at it and say, well, wait a minute. If they could trade LeBron James, if they could kick LeBron James to the curb, then what are the chances that they wouldn't treat me the same way? That matters in trying to rebuild a team. And obviously, if they're trading LeBron James or moving on from LeBron James, that's what they're doing. Look at what happened with the Chicago Bulls when they sent Michael Jordan on his way, or the Washington Wizards when they sent Michael Jordan on his way. It left a stain on those franchises that they had to overcome, and it took years to do it. I don't know about never because of the brand of the Lakers and their ability to continually attract superstars eventually because of where they are, because of the brand, because of Hollywood. But would it put them in the doldrums for a long stretch, and could it potentially undermine them in a big way? Yes, without question, moving on from LeBron James. I get the logistics of it, that you're probably going to have to die on the vine with LeBron being there, and you may not win another championship. I wouldn't expect that you're going to win another championship with LeBron James. It's going to be very difficult to do. But there's a worse penalty, which is you disrespect that superstar and the message that it sends to the rest of the league when you're trying to recruit the next one.
Well, for me, I don't subscribe to the notion of they will never, ever win a championship again, just because of what you said in the middle of that take. The brand of the Los Angeles Lakers is just so strong, they will attract talent. Now, I do believe, to your point, how the trade, if it were to happens, that matters. If you try to dismiss LeBron versus him asking out, completely, totally different situation. I think you still can draw free agents to your market relatively quick. However, you would have to try to draft the replacement like you pretty much did with Kobe in Magic and those type of players. So for me, it would take them a long time, but I think they would be able to rebound simply because the brand is so strong. There's so much appeal to a player when it comes to Los Angeles, let alone the Los Angeles Lakers. However, what also comes with that is a great sense of responsibility and pressure to win. And I think in today's league, I don't know if or there's many stars that are running to that situation because of the amount of pressure that they will have to endure, because Kobe did it, because obviously Magic did it, because LeBron went there and he won. You remember when LeBron first got there, the pressure was on LeBron. Can he bring a championship to Los Angeles? Because he was going to forever be compared to Kobe Bryant. He's never going to surmount or surpass Kobe Bryant, but you can at least be talked about in conversations if you win a championship. So for me, I don't think that it's an idea. I don't think I would take the idea of they will never win again, because it is the Los Angeles Lakers and they will be able to attract talent. But if you handle this the wrong way, it'll be a long time coming.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's weird, Greg. I think Shaq read a piece in the LA Times. One of the columnists out here was basically saying, you should trade LeBron. And yeah, it's getting a little silly. There's a great Warren Buffett quote, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. Essentially, everybody right now is selling LeBron and the Lakers. Every single person is telling me the Lakers stink. They're a bad basketball team. They're getting bounced in the playoffs, in the play-in game. Trade LeBron, trade Anthony Davis. Every single person is saying this. Rick and Greg, you know that. Right now, that's the uniform thing in the NBA. LeBron and AD, it's done. Okay? When every single person is saying that, I think you need to look at the other side and say, well, let's pump the brakes. With LeBron and AD healthy, as I said yesterday, this team will always trot out two of the best three players in any playoff game or series. That's just the fact of the matter with a healthy LeBron and AD. So I wonder, 2 years ago, this team, when they won the championship in the bubble, Greg, they were the #1 defensive efficiency team in the league. Last year, they were, I think, third in defensive efficiency. What happened is LeBron in the front office, I'll say both of them together, Pelinka and LeBron, they made some calculated mistakes. They said, our offense was bad last year. We need to dump some of the defense and build up the offense. And that was Russell Westbrook. And now you're kind of stuck in a mediocre team with one of your stars down. How do you fix that? Well, it ain't trading LeBron. First of all, you don't have any draft picks. Like, Rick, we love to break things down, and, like, they don't have any picks because of the Anthony Davis trade. Like, you can't trade LeBron. You're not going to get a haul like the Pelicans got for Anthony Davis. You're just not going to get 3 first-round picks for LeBron, not at 37. So there's just no reality where the Lakers trade LeBron. I'm sorry to break it to people. That's not happening. Unequivocally, there is zero chance the Lakers trade LeBron James. Now, Anthony Davis is kind of interesting, but again, I don't see that happening. You got to just build around in the offseason and fix it. This idea of trading LeBron, Rick, I mean, I think it started with the LA Times, but it's gotten a little overblown at this point, right?
Yeah, you were heading in the right direction once again, J-Mac, and then you took a hard left turn. This idea that you can continue to build championship caliber teams around Anthony Davis and LeBron James is just completely faulty. It's not. Look, they won in the bubble. Anthony Davis, what did you call him? A top 5 player?
Top 10.
LeBron James, a top 5. Anthony Davis, a top 5 player right now.
Top 10. Anthony Davis, top
Really?
10. Come on. No?
I might
Greg,
give
talk some sense into him.
When available, I mean, availability is part of it. And
well, that's what he's talking about. When he's healthy.
He's healthy, obviously, Rick. Come on.
I might give you top 20. I might give you top 25. I'm not going to give you
Anthony Davis is not a top
10
25 player
at this point. Can Anthony Davis lead a team to the playoffs by himself?
He did that in New Orleans multiple years.
No, he did not. No, let's be clear. He did it a couple times. I think maybe twice in 7 years.
I said that.
And he wasn't the leader. Let's be clear on that.
Who was?
And he only won one playoff series there. He is a phenomenal talent. He is not a leader. And he's never made good on that stupendous talent that he has, in part because of injury, in part because he simply doesn't have that leadership gene. He's not the driving force of a team. And LeBron James, at this point in his career, simply at 37, doesn't have that ability. That's what this was all supposed to be about. That's why they gave all those assets to the New Orleans Pelicans to get Anthony Davis, so that he could succeed LeBron James as the driving force of the LA Lakers. They go to the bubble and they win a championship, and they come back, and what does Anthony Davis do? He comes back out of shape, and then he gets injured, and then he's playing at half speed. Like, Anthony Davis was given the reins and refused to take them. So this idea that now suddenly he's going to pick them up, why is he going? I believe we've already seen this movie. We already know how this plays out. The challenge for the Lakers, and this is the problem that they're in, is Greg said, you know, they need to draft that next star. And you mentioned Kobe and Magic, and the truth is, you can't name too many others, because the Lakers and the LA market is so demanding that you have to come in and you have to be a star right away.
Right away.
Or you're getting sent to New Orleans, or you're getting sent someplace else. There's no development there. There's no patience. So you have to go and you have to attract that superstar. You have to bring them in. Outside of Kobe, how did they add superstar pieces? I mean, look, they went and got Dwight Howard. They went and got Steve Nash. They went and got Pau Gasol. They went and got Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that's how they've done it for the most part. So if you want to do that again, you can't take your current star, your current superstar, no matter where he may be in his career, and just kick him to the curb. I know that's what Lakers fans, I get the sense Lakers fans are ready to do that because they're so frustrated and because LeBron James really hasn't embraced what it means to be a Lakers franchise star, which is you deliver every night. You don't make business decisions. You don't say, hey, you know what? Doesn't look like we're going to play for a championship this year. I'm going to coast against the New Orleans Pelicans. You need to deliver. And